Good day, March 15th, Tuesday, 2022. The Ides of March. Ooh, beware the Ides of March. Now, you've all heard that before. That was really popularized by Shakespeare in Julius Caesar, the play. Before that, the Ides of March just referred to a time period of the month. The Romans used to have a few markers as far as the beginning of the month, like 7 days into the month, and then kind of the middle of the month. And the Ides of March were always in the middle, somewhat in the middle. If the month had, I think, 31 days, the Ides was on the 15th, and if it had less than that, I think it was on the 13th. And then some people say, and I'm not sure how true it is, I mean, I've read this, but again, who knows? But the Ides of March were a time period where you would settle debts. I think it happened at the beginning of the month, what they call the calends. And then I think also on the Ides, it was another day where debts could be paid, or those were when debts became due. And if that's true, then you see that Julius Caesar, because the Ides of March, that's why it's popular, that's when he was murdered in the Senate by Brutus and other senators. And so he paid his debt with his life on the Ides of March. And as Shakespeare says, beware of the Ides of March. I think another, it goes back to, I think that was the beginning of the new moon on each calendar month. The Ides signified that new moon, so it was, the new beginning. And I guess that could be, settle your debts and start fresh kind of thing. Maybe it's that mentality, that thinking. Not real sure. A lot of mystery behind the Ides of March, though. And we'll see what happens on this ominous day. Speaking of ominous, I saw yesterday, and it was really just a snippet. Really wasn't a big deal. They didn't make, a big thing out of it, but they reported former President Barack Obama has tested positive for, and he's fully pricked and boosted yet. And then he comes out with the statement was, he didn't say it, I didn't see him say it, the newscaster said it, that Obama said, and make sure you get your prick in the arm to be safe. Because, he only had a mild case of it. Would have been horrible if he hadn't had all that other stuff injected in him, it helped make it mild after four knocks in the arm. At what point does this fraud end? You take, you can't even say the word, get banned. You take a prick in the arm, and it's supposed to inoculate you, right? Against a certain disease or, virus. Oh, no. That's my high-quality studio again, falling apart. Well, this isn't going to work. This is going to bounce all the way. Oh, geez, look at this. Earthquake! Beware the Ides of March. But usually it would inoculate you, right? That was the whole idea behind taking the prick in the arm. Well, if you take 4 of them and you still get what it's supposed to be inoculating you against, doesn't make a lot of sense. The whole thing doesn't make a lot of sense. You shut down an entire economy. You created all these supply chain issues because of it. You printed all this money, and you really have nothing to show for it except a bunch of malinvestment and a bunch of businesses that are no longer in operation. So you have supply crunches. I don't. The whole thing's a joke. The whole reason why you got to get out of the system and take possession of your wealth, take possession of your money. I talked yesterday about the end game. What's your end game? What are you in this for? What can crypto do for you? And if it gives you that opportunity, at what point do you take it? When do you know that you've arrived or hit that end game to where it's done? There's the end game, baby. There's the end game. So I'm going to hold the phone right now. But at what point do you... This isn't even worth it. This is the end game. Well, trust yourselves. Not your faulty phone holding equipment.